the Ohio woman who was tased at a middle school football game after refusing to wear a mask. She was arrested and charged with trespassing after refusing to leave the stands where masks were required. TJ Holmes is here with more on this. Good morning, TJ.
Cecilia, I feel like I need to start by telling viewers, yes, you heard Cecilia correctly. A dispute over a mask led to a woman being tased by a cop at a middle school game. Of course, no, it should have never come to this. And as shocking as this video is, you're about to see, it might leave a lot of mask wearers wondering, what is your right to refuse and what is law enforcement's ability to enforce?
Let's go!
This confrontation between a woman and a police officer all started over a mask.
Stop it! Let's go! My friend!
At a middle school football game in Ohio Wednesday, a woman in the stands refused to put on a face covering, violating the school district policy requiring spectators to wear masks at games. When confronted by a school resource police officer, police say she refused to put on a mask, and when asked to leave, she wouldn't comply. Watch what happens next.
Get off of me! Get off of me!
Put your hand behind your back.
I will not put my hands behind my back. I'm not friendly doing nothing wrong.
The officer explains that she's being arrested. When she continues to resist, he uses his taser. You can hear other spectators in disbelief.
This is over a mask.
The scuffle continues as the officer handcuffs her and tries to remove her from the stands.
We've done this how many times together? How many times have we done this?
Police say the woman is Alicia Kitts and that she told them she refused to put on the mask because of her asthma. They also say Kitts wasn't technically arrested for not wearing a mask, rather saying in a statement she was asked to leave the premises for continually violating school policy. Once she refused to leave the premises, she was advised she was under arrest for criminal trespassing. She resisted the arrest, which led to the use of force. Outrage over the video prompted Superintendent Monte Boehner to place the school district on lockout after receiving threats on Thursday, though none were found to be credible. He says the district has done their best to make the mask policy clear.
We have signs in our stadium. We remind parents when they come in. We do public announcements. Be sure to wear your mask. Kids are watching. So I think as adults, we have to follow the rules.
We've seen instances before, whether on the football field or the friendly skies. Tense moments over mask use.
Now, in regards to the woman's claim that she didn't want to wear a mask because of her asthma, Cecilia, a lot of people who believe that it's more difficult to breathe in a mask if you have asthma. However, there is no firm data that says that people with asthma are more susceptible to getting COVID or having worse symptoms. So the CDC recommendation, Cecilia, everybody wear your mask.
Okay, TJ, we're going to break all this down. Thank you. A lot of questions to get to with Chief Legal Analyst Dan Abrams. Hey, Dan, good morning to you. Let's just go right to what TJ had just said at the start of this. This is shocking that it came to this. So what are the rights? What's the breakdown? The rights for the woman, the rights for the school?
Well, so I think we need to be clear again, as TJ pointed out, that the police would say that she wasn't arrested for not wearing a mask. She was arrested because they asked her to leave the premises, and she refused. But look, there is a statewide order in place requiring people to wear masks. There is also an exception for underlying conditions. This is one of those tricky situations where the police clearly were trying to execute on something that the school had wanted, which is to ensure that people in the stands were wearing masks. They asked her, and she refused. This is a challenge that's going on around the country in how much enforcement should police do of these statewide or countywide orders. Here, the police officer decided to really try to enforce it. The question down the road is going to be, of course, did he need to use the kind of force that he did in using a taser?
You mentioned the underlying conditions, asthma. So do police authorities have to honor that?
Yeah, under the law of Ohio, if you do have an underlying condition, you are provided with an exception to wearing a mask. But again, making these sorts of calls on the fly, as was the case here, does get difficult. And this goes again to the question of how hard to enforce these kinds of orders instead of just simply saying, hey, you're supposed to wear a mask, a reminder, versus if you don't wear a mask, we're going to get you out of here.
So we've seen cases like this, people not being allowed to travel on planes. We're seeing this woman removed from that stadium there. Where do cases like this end up going? Are people doing jail time? Are they getting actually charged in the end?
in almost all of these cases, the cases are being dismissed and resolved amicably.
All right, Dan, thanks so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.